Your Daily 180, 180 seconds of pure Bible study.
Welcome to this, Your Daily 180 Bible Study. We appreciate you being with us. We're in the midst of a study of worry. And we've noticed the fact that we should not worry. As a matter of fact, the Lord tells us in Matthew chapter 6, 3 times He says, do not worry. One of the reasons why we should not worry is because worry has the ability to choke out the truth of God's Word. That's what we're told in Luke chapter 8 in the parable of the sower, and Jesus talks about the different types of soils, and He says in verse number 14, now the ones that fell among the thorns are those who, when they have heard, go out and are choked with the cares, riches, and pleasures of life, and bring no fruit to maturity. There's a lot of people who begin the Christian race, and then the problems of life seem to begin to pile up. Now, by no means am I suggesting that the Christian doesn't have problems. And by no means am I saying that we just ignore the problems of life, but we need to have the right perspective. Someone says, well, what about the election? What are we going to do if the wrong person is elected? Well, I guess we're going to learn how to deal with it. And I guess our job, if you're a faithful child of God, your job is exactly the same. Our job is to bring glory and honor to God, to exalt Jesus in our life, regardless of who's in the White House, regardless of who is in Congress, regardless of any of those things. We have to live faithful regardlessly. And so oftentimes what happens is we become so consumed about the cares and the concerns of this life that we're not interested in serving God. You see, we're looking out too far ahead. We need to be concerned about today. In Matthew chapter 6, verse number 11, when the Lord was teaching His disciples how to pray, one of the things He said in verse number 11 of Matthew chapter 6 is, He said, pray like this, give us this day our daily bread. Now I want you to think about not just that prayer, but I want you to think about that mindset. What is Jesus saying we need to be concerned about? Lord, I know that next month's going to be tight, and I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to pay the electric bill next month. We're concerned about things even farther out. Lord, I'm going to be retiring in 35 years, and I'm afraid my retirement account is just not going to be big enough. Listen, I'm not talking about not being concerned. I'm not talking about not making provisions for the future. But really, folks, we need to be thinking about today. How can I live faithful for you today, Lord? And worrying causes us to begin to lose our focus about living faithful today and worried about things we have no control over tomorrow. Thank you for being with us for this, Your Daily 180 Bible Study.